Exploring a new lolcow like Amberlynn Ried isn't what my audience is used to, and it might kill me in the algorithm. But Sophia isn't doing anything interesting right now. I looked over her last few live streams and it looks like she hasn't gotten up from watching TV snuggled up on the couch with her blankie in a week. This is more interesting. Trust me. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. So, funny story, I actually did a recording of me live reacting to this live stream a few days ago, but when I went back and watched the recording, the gain on the mic had been up too high and it was just unlistenable. I tried to do some stuff to fix the background noise and the mic peaking, like denoising and trying Adobe Audio Enhance, but nothing was working and I just scrapped it. Also, another huge problem I realized was I was spending way too much time just reading the chat messages and not enough time responding with my own thoughts. So instead of re-recording the live reaction, we're going to do this instead. For some context, Amberlynn Ried recently got her channel demonetized. For her first few live streams after that happened, she managed to keep it together and feign ignorance, dry begging people to get a cameo from her, and just not reading out the comments talking about how she'd been demonetized. But that facade didn't last long. Shortly after, she wiped her entire channel and currently only has one live stream recording left where she just couldn't play dumb anymore.
I'm just waiting for more people to come in. How are you guys doing though? I'm feeling a little nervous. I'm feeling a little nervous.
Yeah, I would be feeling nervous too if I lost my entire income source overnight. Since it's been almost a week since this stream happened, I've had a lot of time to think about my own thoughts on the situation, as well as absorb the thoughts and opinions of others. So, am I happy that Amberlynn lost her job? No. Losing one source of income is something I'd never wish on anyone. I've been through a layoff too, and I know how devastating and life-changing it can be. But I can't really feel all that bad for her either, and here's why. Amberlynn got fired for breaking YouTube's TOS multiple times, consistently, continuously, for several years. If someone gets fired for doing something like harassing an employee, embezzling funds from their workplace, or breaking hard set rules repeatedly for years, I can't say I really feel all that bad for them. As the live goes on, she definitely will say things that make her look even less sympathetic.
I really don't want to cry in this live stream, but you know what? I might.
I think she knew she was gonna cry, which is why she left the makeup on so she could put on a runny mascara show.
I've been having people tell me, like, you know, be transparent. Be transparent. And, sorry, hold on. I have a cat who likes to play with my earrings, which is fine and dandy. They're broke. That's why I'm not wearing them, by the way.
You're broke!
So, it's hard for me to be transparent on YouTube.
Oh shit, Sherlock.
That's been very obvious for me for a very long time. That immediately when I turn on a camera or I go live stream or whatever it may be, I kind of like turn into this robotic version of myself. And it comes natural. Genuinely, it comes natural. I instantly know exactly like, it's not even that I know exactly, it's just my body knows exactly.
I think Amberlynn's automatic impulse to become this fake character whenever she goes live is part of her being a pathological liar. We all know that she's not being real or genuine when she comes online and tries to act all fake nice to her viewers. I'm one of those people who could never hide how I'm really feeling. If I don't tell you with my words, you'll be able to tell from my face. It must be really exhausting putting on a show all the time.
Say you have a friendship, say you are in a relationship, say you are It's a cousin, it's an uncle, it doesn't matter. There's a coworker. There's someone in your life.
Honey, where are you going with this, and what the hell does it have to do with the topic at hand?
That used to bring you joy. But then every time you were around them, they would nitpick the way you spoke, what you looked like. You weren't crying enough, you were crying too much. You weren't eating enough, you're eating too much. You're not supposed to be doing that. Actually, every traumatic thing that you tell me is actually a lie. Oh, you're fat. Oh, you're gross. Oh, you don't shower. Oh, you're... Eventually, the way you are around them is not going to be how you once were. I've had a lot of people say that I'm not the same person I was when I first started YouTube, and that's the truth.
I had a difficult time trying to decipher her point with the statement, and I think basically what's happening is that she's blaming her audience for the fact she's not genuine anymore. Spoiler alert, she never has been.
I can handle a lot. I can handle a lot. A lot of people are like, Amberlynn, you wouldn't be able to join the LCU because all the hate you get. I would get less hate there than I would here.
With Amberlynn getting demonetized on YouTube, I'd say the chances of her going on Lolcow Live have gone from 0% to maybe like 20.
I know I have support. I know there are people who genuinely care, who genuinely like me, who genuinely see me for who I am. I know that. But reaction channels have created an environment, a safe space, a community to literally breed and feed off of hating me. And this has led to a lot of bad things in my life. A lot. Genuinely. And I have gotten through it every single time. I was able to get through it. I always told myself that no matter what happens, I can get through it. And I was right. And I was right. I always did. I put myself through all of this because it was my job, it was my passion. I love YouTube. I love making content. I love talking to you guys. I love talking. I don't know if it's, I just like to hear myself talk. I don't know what it is. Like, why is anyone on YouTube? We enjoy this type of job. We enjoy talking about ourselves, whether it's narcissistic or whatever it may be.
In my opinion, the fact that she can get paid a pretty penny for basically just coming out on the internet and yapping is a big part of why she never stopped YouTube, despite all the hate. But another big part of it is she loves the attention. She loves the drama. She loves the fact that people are always talking about her. At the end of the day, she's been such an awful person to everyone in her life that the only one she hasn't chased off completely is her mother, who is only staying around because of guilt. She's lonely and has no one else to talk to.
Or maybe it's just the little girl inside of me. No one ever listened to me as a kid, as a teenager. And then finally thousands of people wanted to listen to me.
Here she goes, using her childhood for sympathy again.
reason is for watching me. You've watched me. And I've been on YouTube for 13 years. 13.
You had 13 years on YouTube to clean up your act.
I have not uploaded an actual video in like half of a year. I've done just live streams. I have not talked about EDs. I have not really talked about my weight. I have not done anything like that.
So the way she says I haven't even uploaded a video or talked about any of that stuff in half a year really reminds me of that one phone call she had with Aunt Tammy, where she kept saying, "What have I done in the last 2 years?" As if time passing absolved her of all her past actions, which makes zero sense on its own. But keep in mind, all of her TOS breaking content that she is referring to has been on the platform. She never took responsibility or tried to be careful. She just left it up, thinking somehow she would never have to face consequences for it.
That's what my channel was for the longest time, though. It was genuinely all of that type of stuff. But that was years ago. Mukbang, who is she? I haven't filmed one of those since I was with Feline.
And you kept it up. You basically just said you were breaking TOS all the time and it shouldn't count because that was years ago. Even though you have a record of yourself breaking the rules on your channel. What is this logic?
And then I got mass reported. Mass reported hard. Like it was crazy. I'm confused. I'm confused.
I don't think she's confused at all. This is an example of Amber using weaponized ignorance. Do you remember those leaked texts with Emily where she would say things like, "What is happening right now, Emily?" I think she knows exactly why this happened. She just can't believe she's actually facing consequences for it. So this next part is the most brain-numbing, nonsensical, flawed analogy I've ever heard. I'm just gonna let you listen to it.
Say you're driving, right? And you're driving on a road that goes 60 miles per hour. And then they realize, actually, no, I think this road should be 45. So you're going down it, 45. And then a cop pulls you over. And they're like, "Last month you were going 60 down this, so I'm gonna give you a ticket." And you're like, "But wait a minute. I was allowed to then, though. Like, I was allowed to." That's what it feels like to me.
The reason why this analogy doesn't work is because YouTube has been enforcing these rules for years, not a month. And even after you learned the rules changed, you didn't go back and take down the offending content. You were breaking TOS even after the rules changed. You kept going 60 even after they changed it to 45, had the videotaped evidence of you going 60 publicly available, and never took it down. Creators get an email sent to their inbox every time YouTube updates their TOS. Someone like you should be on top of that.
That's what it genuinely feels like to me. I'm being punished for things that I posted years ago. And that's okay. I am going to obviously gracefully accept YouTube's decision.
Gracefully, okay.
But I've been on here for 13 years. This has been my job for 13 years. This has been my constant for 13 years. I have been so beyond, for the lack of a better term, blessed I'm grateful.
You haven't been acting very grateful. For something that has been your job and your constant for 13 years, you didn't treat it carefully and took it for granted.
But everything happens for a reason. Everything. Life is genuinely about yin yang. Good things happen and bad things. Positive things happen and negative things. And that's always how it will be. Always.
Literally anything but taking responsibility for her actions. This isn't about taking the good with the bad or yin and yang. This is about you facing consequences for your actions.
It's like a part of me regrets sharing my journey. As someone who struggles, just genuinely struggles as a human. It's like I'm too afraid to say anything because as we speak, YouTube is changing a lot.
These rules you got demonetized for breaking have been in place for years. What are you talking about?
And it's like, at the time, I genuinely thought I was doing what was right. I was just sharing my thoughts, my life, my struggles. Whether I was wrong or right or this or that, like, I never intentionally meant to do something I wasn't supposed to.
Lies, lies, lies. She knew. It's so interesting to compare someone like Amber to Tofia because even though Toph lies and can be dishonest, it's far less calculated than Amber's lying.
So I could do cameos. Thankfully I did them already because my makeup's getting messed up. Speaking of cameo, not me putting an ad in the middle of a freaking breakdown, me truly being 100% vulnerable in this moment. But I'll explain why I'm putting these ads in. But my cameo is 40% off.
40% off? But girl, I thought you... I thought you said you were top 10 on Cameo. I thought they were selling like hotcakes. Why do you have to take a whole 40% off? By the way, since the stream, the price of her cameos has gone from $100 to $80. I don't think they're selling quite as well as she wants people to believe.
So I have an old thing that's linked that MyFitnessPal down at the bottom, laced in honey. That's old. So ignore that. I don't go on there, nothing like that. So, but down below you can see my Cameo link. It is 40% off. And I have made a Cash App as well. And that is because I am currently in a stage of life where YouTube is no longer my job.
She's so dramatic. I know this is her only means of making money, but she can reapply in 90 days. You're telling me she doesn't have any means of not going homeless for 90 days? Give me a break. She's putting on a show on purpose so more people donate to her.
So I was demonetized because I was mass reported hardcore. Like hardcore. And I was getting screenshots from forums and Facebooks, this and that, and the subreddits and the this and the that, where people were celebrating reporting me. So it became a I don't know, a hobby for some people. It became a let's take Amberlynn down type of thing. And so I became demonetized.
No one would have anything to mass report if you hadn't posted a mass of content breaking the TOS and left it up for years. I remember seeing a chat comment during my initial watch of this that said, somehow I knew it would be everyone else's fault. You became demonetized because of your own actions. End of.
Twinkie has surgery on Friday. Twinkie has surgery on Friday. And that is why you guys have randomly been hearing me say, I'm going to the vet, I'm going to the vet, because I am trying so fucking hard to figure out what is wrong with her. And thankfully it's now being taken care of. So I'm worried. Keep her in your thoughts, please, because it has been a lot. I'm just glad it's getting taken care of.
Yesterday morning, as of me recording this, I started watching Salty Crab's new Salty Sunday episode where she gathered some clips of Amber talking about the tumor on Twinkie's side. Basically, Amber repeatedly said the tumor wasn't harmful, that it was benign, normal, how the vet told her it'd be more of a risk to operate on her than just to leave it alone, and even how she got a second opinion. Then all of a sudden, when this happens, she has surgery on Friday. So yeah, something to think about. That poor dog.
And I bought all the gifts already. I was supposed to do a swap with Pink Sparkles. I haven't even reached out to her yet to let her know that, like, last time I sent her gifts, it was like $400 in shipping. I can't do that. I can't. And that's me being absolutely 100% transparent. I have to save every penny where I can.
Oh no, you can't do your $400 gift swap with your YouTuber friend? Real talk though, if someone really cares about you, they'd understand that you can't do an extravagant gift exchange after losing your job.
And I'm so thankful for my grandma and my mom. They both offered to help pay for Twinkie's surgery. I literally was so grateful.
Well, that's good at least. I know that some people are worried about Amberlynn losing her income, not really because they feel bad for her, but because she has 3 animals in her care and they're worried about her being able to provide for them. Maybe this is me being naively optimistic, but I feel that if it really comes down to Amberlynn can't afford to take care of her pets anymore, other people in her life would step in and take care of those animals. Let's face it, she isn't a good pet owner, and those animals would literally be better off in anyone else's care. And like her mom and grandma stepping in to help pay for Twinkie's surgery, I personally believe that they would take her animals in if it really came down to it, and I think they'll be fine. Maybe I'm being too naive or hopeful, but yeah, that's what I think.
Like, this is genuinely, it's more serious than, it's more serious than, oh, Amberlynn got demonetized. It's like, it's heavier than that, you know. Imagine losing, just imagine losing it all, you know. And my savings was directly for taxes. It was directly for taxes.
So this point here is where she literally admits to having no savings. And huge thanks to Salty Crab again for this, because when she said all this, all I could think of were all those times she bragged and boasted about her amazing savings and how she could 100% afford to sue someone for defamation and was just too lazy to. She gathered these clips from Apathetic Facts, so all credit goes to them.
I was talking to my friend and I said, I am going to take a break from YouTube because mentally it's not worth it to me. Thankfully I have an amazing savings. I, worked for my money and I got it. Yeah, I suppose, sometimes I got that shopping addiction going, you know what I'm saying? But I'm responsible.
That's called defamation and slander. Look up the definitions. You're lucky I'm lazy. You're lucky. That's all I gotta say. You're lucky I'm lazy because, honey, I got the money.
So yeah, Amber has no savings. And think about that. She's been making good money off of YouTube, and she didn't save any of it except for taxes. I don't know exactly how much money she's made, especially because the amount on YouTube that you earn fluctuates a lot. But I think the figure I heard was 10K a month. But think about that. All that money went to things like Lego, Choosy, and DoorDash. So much DoorDash, like probably 3 to 4 times a day. Eating out alone is expensive, but imagine DoorDashing every meal too. I would love to see a pie chart of things that Amber puts her money into. Not only did she take her privilege of earning great money on YouTube for granted, but she also didn't think it would ever end, so she never put anything away in savings. She has 3 pets and didn't even have anything saved for them, so her mom and grandma had to help her.
I just feel really lost, confused, frustrated. I feel like things aren't always fair. Because it's like, yeah, I made the content, but my content is on hundreds of reaction channels. Every last bit of it. Not just snippets, not just this and that, but like my whole video.
Even if that was the case, their channels being demonetized wouldn't make it so that you could get remonetized. And most reaction channels don't talk about that stuff. They cut it out and use code words. Unlike you, they care about their platforms and take action to prevent things like this from happening to them.
How are you gonna tell that person in the car they have to go 45 miles per hour, but they're in trouble for going 60 a month ago when they were allowed to? But just because the reaction channel might be driving a different car, they're allowed to go 60 when I'm not?
What the fuck are you talking about?
This is, I don't want this to happen to anybody. I don't care if I dislike you, if you've ruined my life, if you have created a hate mob for me, if you have bred it, you have fed it, and you have nurtured it as your own, as your baby, as your whatever. I want you to know, deep down, if you're watching this and you're a reaction channel, if I were you, do what you can to make it to where this does not happen to you. Please. Like, genuinely and wholeheartedly. Because I wouldn't wish this type of fear and pain on anybody. Because it's heavy. It's hard. It's scary. It's not a place that anyone should be in.
Lies, 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 lies. You have gone after reaction channels and reported them for copyright claims and privacy claims multiple times. Yes, I know some of those were under sock accounts, but we all know it was you. Look, I'll admit I only just recently got reintegrated back into Girl World after taking a long break. I started following Girl World again shortly after the Emily breakup, but I know that she's tried to take channels down before. She's copyright struck Apathetic Facts and Bottle, and I remember that time she tried to take Studio Deets down with privacy complaints under a sock account. She doesn't care if this happens to anyone else. It's all lies.
So I sent the appeal video, and they denied it.
I honestly don't know what you expected. Do you think YouTube just made a mistake? Like, you know why you got demonetized. The gall to be like, I know I broke the rules, but there's no way this can possibly be right. Gosh, she really thought she was untouchable.
I truly want all my supporters, please, the people who have watched me.
Oh boy, here we go.
For so long. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't go. I don't think many people would say you're at work and your boss comes up to you and says, I've decided I'm not going to pay you anymore. You can keep coming in though. I don't think anyone would. I don't think anyone would.
As much as I understand that, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up all those times Amber has said she loves YouTube and that it was her passion. And you know what? I think Amber is still gonna go live. I think she's still going to post. If not on YouTube, she'll be on other social media. And it's because she literally has nothing else.
I understand I wasn't coming on here as frequently as I should have been or would have been, could have been, but I was still coming.
You think that's gonna fly in a real job, Amber?
I have to go be a normal person now. A normal person.
Oh my god.
I've been depressed as I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, you are.
I haven't been depressed in so long, you guys. I haven't brushed my hair since this happened. I have been down in a funk. I have been so scared. And then last night, when I got denied. Oh, when I got denied last night, you guys. I didn't cry. I was so shocked.
Yeah, it's exactly what I've been saying. She cannot believe her actions finally caught up to her.
I would have loved a chance to fix it first, but that's just not the way it goes.
What are you talking about? What do you mean you would have loved the chance to fix it, but that's not the way it goes? You had literal years to fix it, and you didn't. What?
And I was really excited. I bought a $1,300 camera, you guys. I'm gonna be selling that.
You didn't need that vlogging camera anyway. I get it's a nice to have thing, but you're not going out and filming cinematic masterpieces. It's videos of you sitting at home. Your iPhone camera will do.
I'm gonna be selling my choosies.
Oh no, not the choosies.
My Cameo is 40% off. I don't like to be the person to say, oh, here's my Cash App. It feels weird. It feels weird and it feels wrong. It feels weird.
Okay, so remember earlier how I said I scrapped the initial reaction of this video because the audio was too poor for a full video? Well, I still got my reaction recorded on my mic, and I want to show you guys.
To say, oh, here's my Cash App. It feels weird.
Are we going
feels
back now?
Weird and it feels wrong. It feels weird. But if you want to give me a penny, you can give me a penny. I made a Cash App. I don't even really know.
Thank you for the money. If you want to give me a penny. I'm bending over my desk. My avatar is glitching out. Oh.
I'm leaving YouTube.
She can reapply in 90 days. She mentioned earlier how she's going to be applying for other jobs, but I don't think she's actually going to try to get hired somewhere else. It's very unlikely she'll get hired for anything, and even if she does, she's not going to be able to keep it. Amberlynn is notoriously bad at sticking to a schedule, even ones she sets. Remember when she went all the way from having 1 2-hour live stream a week for her paying members, and that becoming 2 1-hour streams a week? Until eventually she said she'd just come on when the energy was right. In my opinion, we'll be right back where we left off in 3 months.
I cannot believe that I was a YouTuber. It was stupid, but I wanted it so bad, and it happened. I don't know how or why or what it may be, but it happened. And I'm so, so grateful. And it was something I never took for granted. Never. Never, ever. But I've been horrific with money. I'll say that. I've been horrific with money.
You took it for granted repeatedly, continuously, and constantly. She just flat out admits that she's been terrible with money and has no savings.
Do you ever wish you had talent? I do. I know how to pay upwards to like 40 people's rent.
You can't afford AC. I almost just answered with a really snarky answer and I had to stop myself, so be very proud of that. But yes, I can afford AC. Holy fuck. When they said, what, can you not afford AC? I was about to say, I can afford AC for everyone in this chat. It's really not that bad. That's kind of stupid and probably not true. I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's like, I just would spend money all the time. Some people are bad with money. I mean, one thing for sure is my bills were always paid on time. I've never been I've never been the type to not be responsible in that way. But it's like my free money, my money that was just chilling, spend. Like, my hobbies are expensive. Like Lego and this and that. And
Amberlynn and Tofia are an interesting juxtaposition because I feel like if Toph had as much money as Amberlynn, this would be what would happen. She'd spend until she eventually has an emergency and there would be nothing left in savings. Amber is definitely better with money, which is saying a lot, since she managed to have money set aside for bills and taxes. But yeah, if you guys ever wondered what Toph would be like if she had more cash, I'd say it would be pretty close to this.
so the end of an era. The end of Amberlynn Ried on YouTube. I didn't expect it to be this soon, I will tell you that. I did not expect it.
Interesting way of saying I never expected to actually lose my monetization even after breaking TOS repeatedly. The rest of the live is her repeating herself and she plugs her Cameo and Cash App again before signing off. Before I end the video, I do want to mention that she's still been very much online. She's done Q&As on Instagram, and people have found her camera and choosy listings on Amazon Marketplace. Why did I say Amazon? I mean Facebook. And notably, she has posted community tab updates about Twinkie's surgery, only to delete it shortly after. I'm curious as to what is next to come in the Amberverse, and I will be watching. Alright, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, I really appreciate a like or a subscribe. See ya!